fashionably late for April update. What's new? Hello my lovely Flosstube friends and welcome back to my channel. Warm welcome to you all and to all my lovely new subscribers. And it is a very warm welcome from here in sunny UK. We are in the middle of a heat wave, which is due to be over tomorrow. So it's not long-lived or long-lasting, but it has been an absolute pleasure. And given that we're all in lockdown over here still, it's been really quite refreshing. So if we're gonna have a lockdown, and I'm fortunate enough to be one of those people that has a garden, I can honestly say it's not been as bad as it could have been. So I appreciate how hard the lockdown and social distancing and the isolation must be for those that live on their own, for those that are more vulnerable, and for those that don't have the pleasure of a garden or somewhere to go and sit with the nice sunshine. So I am very, very fortunate and very, very grateful for what I have. But because of that, I've been outside instead of indoors. And you would think that with social distancing and lockdown, I would have lots of time to do lots of stitching. No. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing. So I think last time I spoke to you, I did actually say about the dynamics of sort of lockdown, family life, everyone here. Everything was very difficult to do because there was all the comings and goings of normal family life, which I don't normally have because we all lead very separate lives in this house. So the stitching hasn't really sort of been overly productive for April, as well as obviously I opened the Etsy shop for the cross stitch and Flosstube planners, and obviously answering the questions and the comments and, you know, dealing with bits and pieces that were to do with that left me very little time to do any stitching on top of work, because work has been really busy too. So this is likely to be a very short and sweet video as far as stitching is concerned, because there's not really that much to show you, but it's not like I haven't done anything. Excuse me. So where should we start? Let's start with what I have done, which I know is not going to be a lot. So you're not about to be wowed by anything amazing, people. So first up on what I've actually been stitching on is the lovely Alternative Reality by Josephine Wall. Here it is when it is completed. This one is being stitched on a 25 count magic guide in ecru, and I'm stitching it 1/1 full cross. If I've got a picture where you last saw it, you should be seeing that about now, and here is where I've got to. This has only just come out onto rotation, so there's not really that much been done on it, but it did have a little touch the other evening. As you can see, I'm working on this section here. I've just got this section to do and there's another page finished, so I'm rather hopeful. And of course, it's always nice to be hopeful. I would love to be able to say next month, guess what, we have a page finished, but likelihoods of that are rather slim. So what else did I touch on? The next one I actually, this is Token Gesture. I think this got like, I don't know, maybe 20 stitches, but 20 stitches is better than no stitches. So the lovely Andromeda. Although I say lovely Andromeda, we have a love-hate relationship in the respect that I love her, but not her face, because it still needs fixing. And I think that is the biggest problem that I'm having. I never really feel the love for her because I still know that I've got to go back and fix the face. So after some deep contemplation, I've made the decision that I need to just go back and fix the face now, because then it might inspire me to want to stitch on her a bit more. So obviously she doesn't look like she's changed at all. All I've done is just maybe a spot more stitching in this dark area down here. But yeah, the face is in serious need of rectifying. So let me just bring her in. She looks like her face has been smushed. So I need to de-smush the face. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to tackle that yet. But it does need doing, because I think once I have her face the way it needs to look, I probably wouldn't mind stitching on her so much. So, and although it's one of those pieces that under normal circumstances, if I really don't like stitching on something that much, I would be the first person to be like, do you know what, let it go. Just throw caution to the wind and let it go. But because this is one of the ones that my daughter purchased for me, I just feel that I can't do that. And I think I've got so far on with her, I can't just stop now. So yeah, so I need to persevere, but I think that the best way for me to try and approach it is to bite the bullet, so to speak, and fix the face. I need to fix her face. Do you know what? I need to fix my own. This lockdown is playing havoc. My hair, I don't even know what's going on with that. And the grey that's showing, do you know what? If you'd have knocked 20 years off me and turned around and said if we went into lockdown and they were going to shut hairdressers and they were going to shut nail shops and they were going to shut all these other shops and bars and restaurants, you know, what would bother you? The last thing that I would be thinking about would be like, I can't live without my hairdresser. Well, it's official. When we get to that lovely age where we have our gorgeous silver fox looks, or Cruella de Vil in my case, when you have that going on, once you get past 6 weeks and it's very, very noticeable, it's like, oh no. I mean, I even almost got my husband to buy me some hair dye. So I was going to try and dye my own hair just because the roots are so bad. Hence the reason why you're going to see me doing this a lot through this video, just so that I don't have to submit you to my very, very grey roots. Isn't it strange how it affects some people and not others? There's certain things that we all have in our lives that bother us. One thing I have is things like the grey showing through. I think it's because I've actually got naturally fairly dark hair, so up at the roots it looks really dark, and that was the reason that I put some light bits through it, because the idea was that as my hair was sort of growing out each month, I wouldn't be in such a desperate need to go and get my roots done all the time, and that they would sort of blend gently. The only trouble is because we've had so much sun, now my hair looks like it's been bleached, but you can still see the roots, so it's not helping. I know it's not a first world problem, but it's one of those things. And because I think as well, I haven't left the house. So because obviously my mum is in the high risk category and there's really no reason for me to leave the house. My husband is the person that still has to go to work. He's a key worker. So he's the one that's going out. So it only makes sense that if he's going out, he does the shopping and he leaves the house. So I haven't left the house since I got back from Arizona. So what was that? The first week of March-ish? I think it was the first week of March. So basically I have, other than go for a walk or go for a run, like literally in a block, I have not left this house. I've not been to any shops. I've not gone anywhere. So because of that, it's rather strange, because I've not really cared about what my hair looked like, and well, this is the first time I put makeup on in a long, long time. So my face has been breathing. Now it's not breathing, because I'm going to enlighten you. I did actually record this video yesterday with almost no makeup on. My hair was slicked back because I was about to go and sit in the garden, and I threw the video together and it was an absolute drama and awful. And then when I've looked at it this morning to think, okay, let's sit down and do a bit of editing and get this video up, I was like, I cannot submit these people to this. It was scary. It was scary, and it was disjointed, and it was all over the place. Not that this one's any better, but at least I've made myself look a little bit more presentable. So, and hopefully this video will get loaded up. See, you think that Flosstubers, we just do a video and we just chuck it up. That we don't. It doesn't always go according to plan. And yesterday's video really didn't go according to plan. So today's video, I'm hoping, is going to be a better version. Might not be perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it might be better. So what else did I stitch on? So the only other project that I've actually touched on and got stitch on is my lovely Autumn Promise, which is a Judy Dixon design. And for those that follow me on Instagram, of which I know I am appalling when it comes to posting pictures, I did actually put a picture up of partially way through this, so some of you already know how much I've done, but I have done a little bit more. So again, where you last saw this one, you should be seeing a picture of where you last saw it. Absolutely love this one. So obviously this is the top section that you've already seen. And we've done all these bands down here, and I think this is where you saw it last, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the bit that I have completed. So I have done this band here, this band, this small decorative band, another small decorative band, the big band, which is again has got a section that needs cut work. And I've just completed this one here. So if we look at where we are on here, so I'm basically here. So I've got just this little bit and this bit to do, and then that's the majority of the stitching. It does have a satin stitch that goes all the way around the outside of the design, which needs to be done, as well as the cut work. So I've done some of the cut work for the more decorative bands, so the ones where you can see the zigzags. I needed to do those decorative bands because there's stitches that actually create this. So I did those. All of the squares here need to be cut and then wrapped, so you wrap the bars. So I basically made the decision after cutting the ones at the top. So they'll look very similar to these ones here with the cut work on. And then obviously I thought, well, rather than keep doing those, I would do all of those at the end and then do all of the wrapping at the same time. So yeah, so absolutely love this piece. Really, really love this piece. And so pleased that I purchased the companion piece. This is Autumn Promise. There's another one. The name escapes me, of course. I'll put it below for you once I've remembered. So I've got this one plus the companion piece, and I do believe I've got another one called, I think it's called Autumn Leaves or something Leaves, which is another Judy Dixon design. After a little investigation, it is official that Towels in Stitches, which was the place that I purchased it from on Etsy, I think that was her daughter run that shop, of all her mum's designs. It's actually shut down now, and from what I can gather, we can now no longer get our hands on these lovely charts by Judy Dixon. So they're sort of discontinued. So I'm very pleased that I got the ones that I did, but it's an absolute shame because they're such lovely designs to stitch. I absolutely love those. So, ta-da! Stitching done. Told you that would be short and sweet, didn't I? So, I have been very busy. I haven't managed to do as much stitching as I would have liked to have. But obviously, with everything to do with the planners, there just isn't enough time in the day. So the other thing that I have been doing, which is another excuse for the fact that I haven't done as much stitching as I should have, is there was a lot of people that when they saw the planners or they bought the planners, they sort of said it would be really nice if there was like a DMC or threads tracker within the planner. So I have actually been working on a DMC tracker insert that you sort of lay over the blank pages. So you'd find somewhere in the planner that you want to put it, and then obviously you would need to sort of add these inserts as images so that you could track your threads. So I've started with the DMC one. It's a lot more intricate than it might seem, so it's taking me a little longer than I anticipated. So obviously with the DMC one, I'm doing it so that it's actually got sort of a slight reference to the colour as well to help. I am anticipating putting a blank one in for you to track your own custom threads or, miscellaneous threads. And if I've got time and I can find the lists, then I might do some for some of the other more popular brands as well. But they may be something that follow. But the DMC thread inserts, I am planning to get those done and into Etsy, so that if you want those, then obviously you can purchase those and download them, add them to the existing planner. So again, more time doing planner stuff and less time doing stitching. So on the planners, I just want to say a huge thank you for all of the support that you've all shown, and for those that have headed on over and purchased a planner, and for all that lovely feedback. It's really nice to know that you like the planners and that the planners are working for you. And some people have posted some pictures in their feedback of where they've been decorating and where they've been filling it out. That's really lovely to see you all working with it and having fun. The fact that we're all stuck indoors and we're all sort of isolating and you're bored, it's perfect time to do a bit of that organisation. But I have to say, I did have a little heart-warmed moment when I received an Instagram message. I think it was on Friday night into Saturday, but overnight for me, saying, Teresa, Gary and Vonna are talking about you on Fibre Talk. So of course I headed on over to Fibre Talk, because I do watch the Fibre Talk podcasts. I've gone to the video and there they are talking about my planners. Gary showed them on Fibre Talk, and I didn't even realise, I hadn't put two and two together. There was someone by the name of Gary that always used to comment on my videos, and we used to have a bit of banter that went on. But I never put the two and two together, and I think now, because Gary actually said that he watches my Flosstube videos. I'm one of the ones that he does watch, and I feel completely privileged and honoured now that I think I might have made the connection. So the Gary that leaves me these really witty comments on my videos is Gary from Fibre Talk. So Gary, if that is you, then you need to tell me, you need to let me know. But I didn't know that you actually watched my Flosstube videos or associate the two Garys together. So thank you so much. And I'm wowed by the fact that you even watch my Flosstube videos. Or anyone else at that matter. But no, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the shout out on Fibre Talk. I have to say, it was apparent that something was happening, because literally I went from having, a few orders as the day was going on, to just all of a sudden it was like order, and I was like, oh. And then there was a bit of a boom that went on. So thank you so much for giving me a shout out, and for plugging the planners. So good that you like the planners, and I appreciate, as I said before, the stickers and stuff are not for everyone, but they're thrown in there for those that do like to do sort of paper planning, and that do journaling, and they want to decorate it. But for those that don't want to do decorating but just want to do a bit of tracking, you can just track. And Gary shows where he does his tracking. But Gary, thank you so much, and Vonna, for giving me a shout out on Fibre Talk. Really do appreciate that. And to everyone else, you've left me such great feedback, so many lovely comments, all the support you've given me both on this channel and by buying one of the planners. What can I say? You're all awesome, all of you. The Flosstubers out there, keeping everyone sane, keeping us all engaged, keeping us all as a community. I love that. It's just finding the time to actually sit down and watch now and stitch. But that's my plan for today. So husband has gone off out, and then he's gone off to work, so he's out the way. The children, loosely speaking, they're both over the age of 21, let me say, have been up all night live streaming, because that's what they do now that we're all in lockdown, if they didn't do that already. So they're likely to be sleeping for almost all of the day. So I'm hoping that I can get this video done, edited, uploaded, sit down on the sofa, put a little bit of Flosstube on, and catch up, both with the community and all my lovely Flosstubers, and also with the spot stitching. So until next time, people, hopefully you won't have to wait so long. Bye for now.